Thank you very much, Your Lordship. Certainly a beautiful banquet.
Oh, please, don't say thanks. Our friendship is beyond that.
When will the concert start?
About 2 o'clock. My son-in-law is visiting for the first time. Mr. Young, will you show him my house and my garden?
Yes, Your Lordship. Let's take a walk in the garden.
Father, let's go.
It's too hot outside. I'd rather stay here and have a pipe of smoke.
Come along, Sir Chan. I have something to tell you.
Hot.
Yes, very hot.
Hope it's not so hot on wedding day.
Dreadful to think about. Such hot weather.
What's the trouble?
Nothing.
Oh, are you well?
I'm all right.
Make sure of it. The plague is raging in the city. cannot be too careful.
Exactly. You know, 王法李元颂, aren't they healthy and strong? Did not talk and laugh with us just 3 days ago? But now... The plague, that worries me.
You must not let it worry you. Our lordship and his guests are happy because of the betrothal ceremony. So we servants must also be cheerful.
I wish I could be happy, but you know, there will be a big ceremony on the wedding day. Suppose you or I.
Stop. The saying is, if you think of misfortune, misfortune befalls you.
But I am not afraid of anything.
Neither am I. But if something happens to me on wedding day, it's because you think of it.
Haha! No, I'm alright. Look, how yourself is scared by plague. I'm quite cheerful. Why shouldn't we be? We had the betrothal ceremony this morning. Well, it's hot. Whose pipe?
Belongs to Sir Chen.
Shall I send it?
Just lay it on the tea table.
Haha, the banquet is over.
Ah, congratulations, the bridesmaid.
Yes, thank you. I'm happy, happy, happy. We'll be by Gunyang for 3 more years.
Her ladyship did not come to see the betrothal gifts?
Of course not. He wants to know our customs. She can't come if the groom is here. She's coming now.
Don't let her come. The party will return. The concert hasn't started yet.
Then I better tell her.
Seems to me the maid is happiest about the wedding.
She ought to be. She may only be a maid, but she's a great friend of Our Lady's. She's been with her for 10 years and now 3 more.
A good clever maid.
And very warm-hearted. Well, are we done here?
Yes, we want to hear about concert here.
You may go now.
This room is the best, your lordship. Quiet and cool.
You like to smoke. Smoking is your duty.
Not necessarily a duty, but smoking prevents the plague and does many other good things.
What are the health conditions in the city now?
You mean the plague? Furious.
Too bad.
The hot, dry weather causes it. All gatherings are dangerous, including the concert today.
It is our custom to have some sort of entertainment for a happy occasion, if not the betrothal ceremony.
Betrothal ceremony.
Yes, why?
Well, your lordship, you see yourself. That boy is insane.
Only a little bit abnormal.
Even a little bit. I cannot see why you insist on marrying your daughter to him. It can't be for money. Sir Chen is not so well off as your lordship, if you permit me to say that.
Mr. Yang.
I cannot see any reason at all. It's a crazy idea. It's insane.
Mr. Yang.
Your lordship, I confess it's all useless now to argue since the betrothal was announced this morning.
Mr. Yang.
Your lordship, let us talk of something else.
No, Mr. Yang, I wish to talk it over with you.
Well?
What do you think of me as a friend? As a man?
You are a faithful, responsible friend, good, kind-hearted, although sometimes obstinate.
What do you think of me as a father?
Well, it was very hard for me to understand your insistence upon this marriage.
20 years ago, I was a poor student.
Yes?
Sir Chen is a mighty good man, but a little too kind, too weak. His son is also too weak, mentally.
Yes, I agree with you perfectly there.
Over the years, I have prospered. Sir Chen has met one misfortune after another. The old family is near ruin now.
Yes, you mean financially?
Yes, and that's due to his kindness, or rather weakness.
Then is it your purpose in this marriage to save Sir Chen's house?
Yes, my daughter can do it. She is like me, responsible and dutiful. And don't you think it is only proper, I, who owed to him everything,
To give your gratitude.
it is also a friend's duty.
In that case, I understand you.
Here's your cup. Your name is on it.
Thank you. In this case, I understand you are less to blame. On the other hand, what does your daughter say?
She promised me.
Indeed. My knowledge of... Well, let us join them in the hall. The concert has started.
Come along. Nobody is here. The concert has started.
They have their banquet in this room.
Yes, and your betrothal gifts are on the table. Here's a golden hairpin, wishing you every satisfaction in your marriage. And a pair of silver buckles, good fortune to you both. And silk embroidered bags for the prosperity of your family, filled with peanuts to greet you with a joyful long life. And tea, happiness in your marriage. And eggs, painted red. You shall be happier when you have a baby. And sugar. Ah, yes, so sweet, so beautiful, so graceful.
What is that?
A thumb ring.
A thumb ring for a betrothal gift? That means... From whom?
Why so surprised? What does this mean?
That means goodbye forever. From whom?
From Mr. Young.
Yes, of course.
Oh, miss, I haven't seen you smile in the last 5 days. Are you happy now? You used to tell me everything. Tell me, are you happy now?
Of course.
Then Mr. Young is mistaken.
Mr. Young?
He's here to join the ceremony, and are you angry with Mr. Young? You two were both so fond of each other before.
No, I am not angry.
Mr. Young thought that you would be very unhappy because of this betrothal.
How dare you tell me such a thing?
Pardon, miss. I only repeat what Mr. Young said. He said you were going to marry a man whom you don't care for.
I know he will never forgive me.
Miss, are you going to marry a man whom you don't love? Oh, Gunyang, remember their tradition. Once you are wedded to a man, you can never marry again. Anything can happen, but for you, never again.
I cannot think of this. I won't.
Oh, Gunyang, think. Now it is not yet too late.
It is my father's wish.
But his lordship would not force you to this marriage if you refused it.
He is my father.
But your happiness in the future.
I have something more to consider than my own happiness.
Something more?
Yes. It is a daughter's duty to obey her father. Our ethics teach us so. If I should refuse him, the people, what would they say?
What would they say?
They would call it a scandal. My father's reputation and family's reputation would then be ruined by me.
So the family.
No, not that, but my father's happiness. My refusal would break his heart.
Miss, pardon. Mr. Yang is going to Mongolia tomorrow.
Going to Mongolia?
Yes, to the great north, the great desert. He came here purposefully to say farewell to you. Will you see him in this room?
No, I cannot see him.
Miss, you must. You must explain to him or he won't understand. He's coming now. Gracious, the groom is with him. Let's get away quick.
Mr. Young! Mr. Young! Mr. Young! Wait for me a minute!
You are certainly fond of me, aren't you?
Surely. It is too hot. Lend me your fan. Thanks. Like a butterfly.
Well,
Say, I want to ask you a question.
a question.
Yes. Is my wife pretty?
Your wife.
Yes, I mean her. Once betrothed to me, always my wife.
Is that so?
That's tradition. That's what my father told me. Now tell me, is she pretty? I love her.
Why, have you not met her before?
Not yet.
And yet you say you love her?
Yes.
How could it be possible? That's the greatest joke I've ever heard. Love at first sight. You go beyond that.
If I want to love, I need no sight.
Tell me why you love her then.
Because she is my wife.
Because she is your wife. To love her is your duty. Now let us drop the subject, please. It's too ungentlemanly to joke about such a sacred thing as love.
I mean it seriously. I love her.
Well?
Another question. Do you think she will love me?
She hardly will.
Not?
No.
Never mind, I love her all the same. I can wait.
Wait.
Yes, if she does not love me today, then perhaps she will love me tomorrow, then day after tomorrow.
Love is a matter of heart and not a matter of waiting.
It makes no difference to me. I wait and wait till one day when my hair is white.
Nonsense.
And if she does not love me then, perhaps she will love me when I am dead.
Stop. Stop. My friend, I'm sorry. I have misjudged you, it seems.
You like me now, do you?
Yes.
Take a walk with me in the garden?
No, you cannot go. The ladies, they're out there.
It is too hot. Let me go.
No, you cannot go because you are the groom.
Too many things a groom cannot do. I am going.
You cannot go. A groom is not supposed to see his bride before the wedding day.
Why not?
Oh, it's just a matter of tradition.
I see. But I am going anyways. You cannot stop me. You get my coat.
Oh, no. You come here. You get your coat. It's very impolite to go outside without your coat. You take it from me. I'll let you go.
Throw it at me.
Lovable fool, isn't he?
Mr. Young,
Oh, how is the messenger?
I've done the best I can.
I am very grateful to you.
My mistress is here.
Is she?
Very glad to see you, Mr. Young.
Very glad to see you, your ladyship. Are you well?
Yes, thank you. I heard that you are going away.
To Mongolia. The great north, the great desert, the land of hopes. I depart tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow? That's 3 days before my wedding. Why so soon?
I don't mean to get away before your wedding. But you know a broken-hearted man is no decoration for a happy occasion.
Do you call it a happy occasion?
Yes, I do. He isn't so bad as people think he is. A mighty good little boy. Surely a devoted husband when he grows up a bit. I begin to like him.
Mr. Young, please understand. Please forgive me.
Yes?
It is not I who am untrue to you.
Please don't say that. I can hardly blame you for any of this. The doctors told me everything.
Then no word is necessary from me. Shall this be our last meeting?
I am going to Mongolia tomorrow. Remember me as your friend. I shall always be at your service. Farewell to you.
Goodbye.
Beg pardon. Let's get away quick. The concert is ending. They're coming.
Get away, I beg your pardon.
No. We are not afraid of them, but the groom, he is coming with them.
Father, what is the secret, the point of the story?
The point of the story is that they all regret it after they have done it.
They regret it.
Lord Wang is telling us the story on which all prize based.
I see. This is called The Legend of Guitar. It's about the most beautiful daughter of the emperor. Her marriage to the Mongolian king was an arranged marriage, you know, to strengthen the alliance of the two nations.
And why did they regret it?
She was very unhappy.
That's her sacrifice. Admirable.
All the same, two nations went to war for it, and she died. Friends, sometimes sacrifice is worse than no sacrifice at all.
Well,
Your lordship, my miss, she has fainted.
fainted. Call the doctor.
What did I tell you before? You cannot see the bride before the wedding.
I want to see her.
Mr. Yang, I fear the weather is too hot. What do you think of postponement of the wedding?
Yes, that is the right way to do.
I hope his lordship will consent to do so.
I was frightened, but Doctor wanted me to tell you that it is not serious.
Good, my lordship. Mr. Yang and I are talking about the postponement of the wedding.
Because of the hot weather?
Yes, and because of the plague.
No, we cannot do it.
Your lordship, the plague is a serious matter.
I asked the fortune teller to select a date for the wedding. He said 4 days from today, we will be under the best star.
Pardon me, your lordship, but that is superstition.
I know it, but that's tradition, and it is my duty to observe the tradition. We are very fortunate. She is only overcome by heat, nothing serious.
No, nothing very serious at the moment, but she is very weak. Your lordship, I wish to have the wedding postponed.
No.
He just told you not to do so on account of the star.
Your lordship, she is very weak and liable to be attacked by the plague.
No. But the ceremony is not complete.
Let me help you.
Friends, if you'll kindly pardon me a minute, I must...
I'm sorry the wedding ceremony should be interrupted like this, but you will excuse my daughter-in-law.
Certainly, certainly. It is an accident that often happens. We do not mind impoliteness.
It's probably the heat.
Perhaps, since it is a heat, she perhaps will soon recover.
And we may resume the ceremony.
Friends, I feel very sad because the ceremony cannot be continued today.
I'm very sorry, Your Lordship.
Serious?
Doctor thinks it is not serious unless it is the plague. Friend, if you will allow me to entertain you in the other room.
Certainly, Your Lordship. Since the important part of the ceremony has already taken place, your humble friend begged to ask leave. Your permission.
I really do not know what I was saying. I did not mean to ask you to part from us.
No, not at all. Please don't let this matter or Your Lordship too greatly. May I greet you good day?
Thank you.
Thank you all for coming. You may leave.
Ah, how is she now?
Very ill, sir.
Maid, do you know where Mr. Yang is?
Mr. Yang?
Yes, I wish to ask him a question. I don't know what to do. I am so lonely.
Mr. Yang is now in Mongolia. Your humble maid wishes he were here.
Yes, I wish so too. I want to ask him a question, but too far away now. So many things a groom cannot do.
We have dismissed our guest. It is too bad to have such an interruption of the wedding ceremony, but he is gone now. How is my daughter now?
still unconscious, your lordship.
What did doctor say?
He sent me to wait upon your lordship.
I hope it's not the plague.
No, I think not. She was weak.
Perhaps not yet recovered from the fever she had a few days ago.
Maybe. I am disappointed. We old men cannot always take care of the young and arrange all things for them. They ought to know their own duty, their own responsibility. Such an interruption just because of illness.
Have you followed my advice?
Yes, I have dismissed our polite guest, yet I don't see the necessity of doing so.
Well,
What about my daughter?
too bad. Too bad.
What do you mean by that?
You can guess it, can't you?
How? Tell me.
The plague. The plague.
Oh, the plague.
The plague. Is it true? Yes. Yes, it is. No! I cannot believe it!
The plague spreads like fire. It's raging in the city. What a hot day it is and a trying ceremony.
My fault. She was ill. I insisted that the ceremony take place today. My fault.
To regret what has been carries us nowhere. The present is more important. The present demands our attention.
But how can I help regretting the has-been when just the other day you told me the true state of things? Doctor, if anything should happen...
She might still recover.
Let us hope so. Let us hope so. Then I will do my best to make up my mistake.
Father, she will recover.
Very good. Very good. Now, I have something more to say.
Yes?
Advise you again, and this time, whether you like it or not, it must be carried out.
Doctor, your advice is always right. If I had ever listened to you before...
All right. Now listen to me. The plague is very contagious and very dangerous. As a matter of safety, I want to quarantine this house. Do you all understand me?
Quarantine?
That's impossible.
Impossible!
It is absolutely necessary. A matter of life and death.
What about my daughter?
The nurses will be here to take care of her,
To send away the maid and the servants too?
unless you wish to risk their lives.
Perhaps it is the wisest way.
My lordship, it is not our custom to do so.
Every tradition was broken down during the Revolution, Sir Chen. Quarantine is a practice of the West, and surely a wise one.
We'll have to talk it over. Sir Chen, let's go to your library. We have some preparations to make.
Doctor, I want to ask you a question.
What do you want to know?
Do you want us all to go away?
Yes.
What about me?
You too.
And what about my wife?
Of course, she cannot go.
Then who will take care of her?
The nurses will be here shortly.
Why do you take away all her loved ones?
It is for her own safety, and for the safety of the community. I can do nothing else.
Suppose I stay here.
What's that?
Suppose I stay here and nurse her.
The reason is apparent. My friend, calm yourself. This must be a great shock to you.
No, I am not nervous. I want to stay because I love her.
Sir Chen and Lord Wang love her. They are leaving.
Let them go, but I am not going.
The plague is very contagious. What's the trouble? What's gotten into his head?
I won't desert her.
You will not be deserting her. Nothing of the sort. The plague is very contagious and exceedingly dangerous. It is for your own safety, your own life.
Because I am her husband.
This idea of deserting her. It's ridiculous. Quarantine is a universal practice of the West.
Pardon, my master. Let your maid stay for you.
What's the idea?
I am a maid, but my master, he can't take any chances.
But you are only a maid.
I am, sir, but my mistress, her ladyship, would be very sad if anything happens to you.
No, I thank you, but you will not do. I am going to her now.
Here, here. Where are you going?
To my wife!
You fool!
What is the matter?
You are saying you are his superior, you understand? He wants to go to his wife. Explain to him.
Impossible.
Doctor, I want to ask you another, philosophical question.
Philosophical.
People call me insane, a fool. So if my question is not right,
What is it?
Why should a man love a woman?
Why should a man love? I give it up. I give it up.
The plague is a serious matter. I have only one boy, that's you.
Father, the plague is everywhere. This place is as safe as any place.
Now what good do you think you can do by staying here?
I could nurse her. Perhaps she is not so hopeless after all. She may recover.
Of course she might. But I warn you, you will catch it too.
No. Doctor, I want to ask you another question.
Yes, sir.
What is your profession?
I'm a physician, a medical man.
And what does a physician do?
I take care of the sick, I cure them, and take care of their families.
No. No, doctor, that is not what you do. You don't cure the sick, you give them up. And now you talk about my safety and the community's safety, and you want to save yourself. Alas, you cannot stop me. I am going to her. You, get my coat!
You're hopeless.
If your lordship permits, I would like to stay with my master and mistress.
Three victims of the plague. My advice was never followed.
Sir, the nurse is here, waiting your lordship's order.
Beautiful, beautiful. Madam, that is so beautiful. It makes me so happy. It must make you happy too, doesn't it?
I am. I gave this up for a long time because it tires the player so, but today I don't mind it at all.
Oh, Madam Chen.
Shall I play you The Birds Welcome the Spring? That's Mr. Yang's favorite.
Madam, won't you have a little nap and rest yourself?
No, thank you.
You exert yourself too much today. Just think you've just recovered from your illness. 7 weeks, just think.
It seems to be a long time, doesn't it?
7 weeks. Terrible. Must have been awfully tiresome for you.
No, I don't think so. You know, a very ill person is not conscious of time. He forgets everything.
Is that really so?
Yes, it is so to me. I don't know what happened when I was ill. I can't remember a thing. It must seem terribly tiresome to other people.
Madam, the plague is a very bad thing. It is contagious. Even the doctors couldn't do much.
Was it you who nursed me during those 7 long weeks?
I was lucky. I came out unhurt.
We should be thankful that it is all over.
But the dead can never come back to life again.
It is our duty to think more of the living.
I have some good news for you. His telegram says he will arrive this afternoon. We expect him every minute.
So soon?
Yes, because he is quite anxious to see you.
Yes, Father.
I want you to meet Mr. Yang in your ceremonial dress. This color is too dull. It looks like half mourning. Why don't you dress in red? That is the traditional color for a happy occasion.
But my father-in-law would...
No, he will not object. The mourning period for your husband was over last week. Now, I am going to order the servants to decorate the house. I don't want to see any white. I want everything in red. You do what I tell you.
Yes, I will.
Madam, Lord Wong ordered us to change into ceremonial dress. All white things are put away. They said that Mr. Yang is coming today.
He is coming back. I am going to receive him in my ceremonial dress.
He was in Mongolia.
He was called back by my father.
Did his lordship...
And Mr. Yang shall be the future master of the house.
Future master?
You didn't think so before, did you? For From now on, I shall be the happiest woman on the earth.
Why, madam, weren't you happy before?
Yes, I am happy when my father is happy. I am his daughter. But poor father. My father changed his mind.
Changed his mind for what?
Can't you understand? Can't you? Mr. Yang is coming back. Oh, how happy, how delighted I am. Ah, why do you look at me? Am I blushing? If you were in love.
After all of this, his lordship changed his mind?
Of course. My father-in-law also consented.
Do you still?
Yes.
You are not going to marry Mr. Yang.
Yes.
You are?
It is my father's wish.
His wish? He arranged for you again? Madam, don't.
My father did this for my sake, for my happiness. Mr. Yang and I have been friends for years.
But there is something more than happiness we have to consider. Madam, your husband loved you.
I don't understand you.
He loved you, he did.
I cannot believe it.
He did. His lordship would not force you to this marriage if you refused it.
I am sorry, but this does not concern you.
I am a maid. What concerns me? Nothing.
How dare you? How could you forget yourself and be so rude to me? I am your mistress.
Mistress, no more mistress. I am Madam Chen's bridemaid, never to be Madam Yang's bridemaid. Never.
Master Chen was my husband only in name. I never loved him.
But once you are wedded to a man, you can never marry again. Master Chen is your wedded husband.
The ceremony was not complete.
No, it was not complete.
It is not a wedding then. I am Madam Chen, at most only in name. It is only in name.
In name? If you knew how he died for you, you wouldn't say in name.
Died for me? How is that?
Don't ask me, I won't tell.
You must.
I won't. I promised his lordship I would not.
You must if you are still faithful to your master.
Madam, don't ask me. You can remember.
Remember what?
He nursed you.
He nursed me?
Yes. When doctor ordered everyone away, he stayed and nursed you. Of course he got the plague.
He nursed me.
Yes, you talked to him yourself. He gave you the medicine and you said thank you. He said, do you like me now? And you said yes. He said, then it is not all in vain.
Yes.
And when he himself took ill, doctor stood there. He held my hand and smiled. It is worthwhile. It is worthwhile.
Yes, I understand now. You were good to me.
Forgive me, madam.
For what?
For my rudeness. I forgot myself.
I forgive you.
Yes, madam.
Why talk about the wedding? He is my husband. Are you glad to be Madam Chen's maid again?
Yes, madam. I like you and my master.
I am your mistress once and forever. I shall never be Madam Yang.
Madam.
Does your ladyship permit me to enter?
Who is there?
Your humble servant.
Tell him to come in.
Congratulations, your ladyship. Allow your humble servant to congratulate you.
Why congratulations?
Mr. Yang has just arrived. Sir Chen bids me to tell you.
Mr. Yang?
From Mongolia.
Yes, very kind of my father-in-law. I thank him.
Yes. Lord Wang requests that you meet Mr. Yang in ceremonial dress.
In ceremonial dress?
Yes. His lordship said, this is a good day. From now on, everything will be pleasant. Good. He ordered everything of white to be put away and for the house to be decorated in red, preparing for a wedding ceremony.
Tell his lordship I shall change my dress.
Yes, madam.
Come with me and help me change. They are coming.
Yes, madam.
Yang are coming to this room.
Sir, her ladyship thanks you for your kindness.
You may retire. My daughter is dressing. Shall be here in a minute. Please, sit. Mr. Yang, Mongolia befitted you much?
Certainly, but Mongolia is such a large country, 3 weeks' experience would not be worth your lordship's attention.
Have you traveled far into that country?
Traveling is very slow on the camel's back, only 300 miles or so.
Have you seen such historic places as the Great Wall, General Lee's Tablet, the Valley of Concert?
Yes, yes. They are all more or less in ruin now. There is a tomb. The natives call it Green Tomb.
Oh, what about it?
It's the only green spot in thousands of miles of desert. The woman buried there sacrificed her life for her country, but only in vain. We know her in the legend of Qatar.
That was thousands of years ago. Let's forget the bygones and think of the living.
If only we could forget it. Something lives after death.
My daughter must have tried to dress herself as elaborately as a bride. It takes such a long while.
Indeed.
Your lordship, my mistress will not meet Mr. Yang. Her ladyship bids me to inform you.
But she must see Mr. Yang. It is my order. I, her father.
Yes, dear lordship.
Poor old man.
Only 8 weeks. He's no longer the same man. Just look at the deep lines on his face.
Yes, quite weak now. I hope nothing more will happen. It nearly broke our hearts.
What has happened since my departure?
My boy died. My daughter-in-law was very ill until last week. Of course, you know all this through Lord Wang's letter.
Yes, the letter says that they were both victims of the plague, but
It was on wedding day. A very, very hot day. The bridal was already weak and the ceremony was too much for her.
yes.
And my boy. Of course my boy was insane. He insisted on nursing her and he must have loved her.
Did Lord Wong know all about this?
Yes, but for his daughter's sake, who was ill until last week, he had the fact from her.
Then what was his reason for bringing me back here? To torture me?
Lord Wang was told by the doctor that you and her was once in love. For your future happiness and for hers, he proposed to marry her to you. He came and consulted me. And as I never objected to anything he did, I consented.
How could it be possible for Lord Wong to forget the most sacred tradition? A woman once married can never be wed again.
The ceremony was never completed. We didn't consider it as a marriage.
What did Madame Chen say about it?
She hesitated. But as a daughter's duty is to obey her father, she consented.
Everything duty and tradition. It's absolute nonsense.
Since you consented to this match by coming here, the old man gave the best wishes.
Sir Chen, I would not say that I consented. No. No. Will you speak out, my lord?
She won't listen to me anymore. She refuses to see you.
I can hardly blame her for that. Please
What?
don't misunderstand me. I mean, if I were in her place, your lordship.
What makes her so change her mind?
She seemed to know the true state of things. The maid. The maid. Did you tell her? I forbid you. I forbid you.
Your lordship, Madame Chen is coming.
Ah, in full mourning dress.
What do you mean by coming here in full mourning?
Father, Father, you have always meant well. It is for me that you arranged this second marriage.
Yes, my dear child. I regret my first doing.
When I promised you the first marriage, I prepared for a life of suffering. But I am quite happy now, quite satisfied as it is. And father-in-law, you are so kind. And Mr. Yang, how do you do? I am sorry for you. Our marriage is out of the question. Think of me as your friend, as your sister. But for that sacred love, that love between man and wife, Father, allow me to reserve it for my husband. He loved me and died. Goodbye, Mr. Young.
Madam Chen, remember me as your friend. I shall always be at your service.